or looking for somewhere to go or something to do? I want to welcome you to tune in every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time in the United States or 8 p.m. GMT, or what we call Liberian time, to watch the best communication network of the Lutheran Church in Liberia, My Lutheran Connections.
Yeah. Your most popular Lutheran network, MLC Talk. We are back again with another edition of our conversation spotlight on our parish. And today we will be having a conversation with the chairperson of St. Matthew's Lutheran Parish in Woolcamp, Painesville, Republic of Liberia, the biggest parish of the LC, the Lutheran Church in Liberia. I think my colleagues on set will agree with me. Today we have our sister couple Cllr. She's there in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and my dear brother Elijah Zena is there in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Dr. Toto, today he's still in Liberia, and we're hoping that he will join us. If not, he will be joining us next Sunday. But again, we say tune in and have a wonderful time. Please, again, share the show, and invite others to join us. Today is going to be massive. We have the Councilor Bobby W. Livingstone. He's going to be with us today. But until then, we want to welcome you again to another edition of MLC Talk. Couple, how is it like in Manitoba, Winnipeg, and Canada? How are you doing there today?
Yeah, Woody, thank you so much. I want to say good afternoon to everyone, to our brother and sister in radio there. Say good afternoon. Winnipeg is okay. Manitoba is fine. But just like we have, as usual, we had a rainy day today. Yeah, when we were in service, it was like raining, but it's okay. I went to service today. Today I was never held back. I went to service today, but something happened today at service. Our former pastor, he's retired. So they brought an interim pastor, a lady, Pastor Jennifer.
Yeah.
And then we used a name tag because she said that's a way of knowing people. So everybody had a name tag. Someone went for our coffee break after service. She was like, is it couple, the name of couple? So I said, no, it is couple. Then she said, I got a friend. Her name is Lopu. She's from Namibia. So I said, Lopu is a common name from Liberia. Then she said, okay, she's from Liberia. She and I met Germany. We met in Germany at the LWF program. So I said, okay, what's her full name? She said, I can't remember, but let me check. She and I friend our first with someone she went to check. It was Pastor Lopu Maodo. So I said, oh, but this is my pastor for my parish. She pastor in one of my congregations. She said, oh, really? And how she hugged me. She said, this word is small. I said, oh, yeah. And she said, can we take a picture so I can send it to her? She and I took a picture, and she sent it to Pastor Lopu. I said, oh, that's my sister. She said, so we were like, she said, oh, at least I'm feeling home. Mm-hmm. And also I'm feeling like I'm home. I said, oh, yeah. She said, oh, that's my friend. So, but we had a good sermon. She spoke on hope from Jeremiah. It was good. Yeah. But she's now waiting to stay anyway at our parish. She's just an interim pastor. So it was okay. Yeah.
I mean, glad. I had similar experience in Wittenberg. I met a gentleman from Kosovo. So, but anyway, he's from Europe. And when I talked about Liberia, I was looking for the tree because I think Elijah visited the tree, the Luther Rose, and I was looking for the tree of Liberia. And he said, "Oh," then he mentioned one of the female pastors again from Liberia, and I said, "Oh yeah, I remember her." So and like that, once you establish the fact that you know the person that that person knows. I mean, it just brings up that that
Yeah, that's
excitement. They become so much excited that at least that connection. Um, my dear brother Elijah, from the great city, the twin city of Minnesota.
Minneapolis.
Well,
Yeah,
we are here. We are breathing. And we are surviving.
yeah,
From ice on us here.
I
Um,
know.
I would say that it's jam packed with ice officials, and but you know what? It is what it is. We are kind of like riding that storm. It's gonna go away.
yeah.
But Minnesota is okay. Right now it's like 23 degrees. So not too bad. We were able to go to church and came back. So yeah, we're looking forward to a beautiful show today. And happy to be back here and looking forward to having a conversation with Brother Bobby.
Yeah, absolutely, Elijah. So here also in Atlanta, we had a wonderful service today. Our families, talking about Sis Dede, and now we were in service today, and we had a wonderful, wonderful celebration. Sis Dede, I'm speaking of the former president, Dede Gavelaw, her her son and her two grandkids were baptized today.
Oh wow.
And yeah, Michael, Zion, and Celia were baptized today. And Celia happened also to her middle name. She's named after Fit. So her name is Celia Fit, and her last name is, I think, Gawi. Yes. So, it was a wonderful, celebration today in service. And the after service, the congregation members are like, oh man, it's service was good, hope you guys come all the time. I said, no, for us, we already a member. I said, yeah, invite the guests that you brought in. So we had a wonderful time today, had a little refreshment after service. Michael is in confirmation class right now, so hopefully by May, the beginning of May, or somewhere, then the information will be shared. He will be confirmed. I remember years back when I also had infant baptism, and I had to go through confirmation class, and it was a wonderful experience, when I completed my confirmation class at the cathedral of the Lutheran Church in Liberia, and it was an amazing, amazing feeling, to go through confirmation class. But again, folks, we want to welcome you. We say please share the show. Again, want to say thank you so much. We see the numbers are increasing, and very very shortly, Brother Bobby W. Livingstone, the counselor, St. Matthew's Lutheran Parish, the only parish, the biggest parish in the LCL. He will be joining us very shortly. Until then, we're gonna go to Elijah. We want to ask you, Elijah, what's on your mind today? This is the segment we call "What's on Your Mind."
I know what's on your mind. I know last Sunday people were asking why we did not highlight the clearings of the bishop. We did not make that the center of the show, and when they thought that that could have been the topic, but we already had somebody that we were talking to. We talked to Pastor Pay, who also highlighted that. So I saw there was a post shared today by Pastor Pay with the official clearance of the code, and that's a big thing for the LCL, and also a big thing for the bishop. It's not easy to be a leader in the church, especially in Liberia, where sometimes people believe that as a bishop or a pastor, you are immune. You're not supposed to make any mistake, But they forget to know that we are all human beings. Mistakes are allowed to happen. They are not allowed, but when they happen, they are allowed. So it was just one of those situations that the bishop found himself in. I think he diligently accepted to serve the position at the Lofa University out of his own conviction and service to humanity. But then there was an unfortunate situation that happened there, and he got implicated. But I'm glad that he was able to avail himself through the court process, and then And today we got a quitter for him, and that's a celebration for all Lutherans. That because like the way people reacted to the story, like we all hold the church at different levels. We have different conviction for our church and how we want our church to be and how we want the church to be out there. So there were misreactions, different statements and all the kind of things. But at the end of the day, I know the goal was that everybody wanted to ensure that the bishop was not implicated in this situation, so that the morale and the moral ground that the church stands on is not imputed because of the situation. So I'm glad that the bishop has been acquitted, and we're also looking forward to having a conversation with him when he gets on the show. Another thing that's on my mind is the Phoebe LUR campus situation continuing to escalate on that campus, and I'm looking forward to see what Abel will be telling us next Sunday when we sit down with him. Because as we are speaking right now, teachers were on strike. They are still on strike, so we don't know whether they've gone back to the classroom. Um, we know that there are about 70 plus students that have completed their thesis defense, but they can't graduate. All those things are hanging out there, at the Phoebe Lutheran campus. So we hope that the leadership can pay attention to some of these things and get the university moving and solve the problem at Phoebe, because it does not show or present a very good picture when you have a Phoebe Esther Bacon School of Nursing under the Lutheran University. You have all the campuses that are, progressing. Esther Bacon just completed her semester, and she have students on break right now, and then you still have students on Phoebe campus struggling to complete the semester and stuff like that. So far, yeah, that's what on my mind. I think our counselor is in the back room now.
Yeah, our counselor, while our counselor is getting himself adjusted, the parish council chairperson of the biggest parish in the LCL, biggest pastor. And surprisingly today, we will inform you all that by the mention of the name of St. Matthew's, the chairperson, Councillor Bobby W. Livingstone, the first time in history, before even our guest can appear, we did this number on our show. The very first time. Agree with me, guys. I mean, this is not something that we're making up. We've not reached this number since our existence.
My friend,
That's a number.
Yes, has not appeared yet. But let's reach out.
You're gonna go be happy everything you have here today.
Let's reach out to Couple. Let's reach out to Couple. Couple, we want to give you 2 minutes quick. What's on your mind? Then we can bring in the chairperson of the biggest parish, the Lutheran Church in Liberia, Councillor Bobby W. Livingstone, St. Matthew's Lutheran Church, Wood Painesville. Go ahead, Couple.
Yeah, Woody, thank you so much. What's on my mind? My attention was tuned to the building that was posted in our chat room concerning the bishop's house. That was something that screamed to me. So what really came to my mind when I saw that the issue of information sharing, probably it was sent to the various parishes. I don't know, but that was my first time seeing it. And I can't remember hearing about it. Maybe I heard about it. But like what we can say, what we all said when it comes to information dissemination, I think that's a good work. Yeah, we must admit that's a good work from the central office. I just want to give them an applaud for that. And we hope that other projects, at least it should be disclosed for people to know what the central office is doing. So it shouldn't look like they are just sitting there doing nothing. Yeah. And another thing, again, the issue of the Phoebe campus, that's a very serious issue. Our university is still young for us to be at the level where we are now, where teachers are going on strike. Our students are still on waiting lists. People have defended their thesis and they haven't heard anything about graduation. I think the board of trustees or whosoever, there's a need that whatsoever that is going on at Phoebe, it be resolved so our students can be put out. Yeah, this is a very serious issue. The issue of our bishop, we all agree that, yeah, bishop have indicated, yeah, we applaud him for that. We want to tell him congratulations. We all need to test the law when you are accused, especially when you are serving in public offices and you are accused. You go to the court and exonerate yourself from there. So we want to be thankful to God, at least for even giving him the strength to go through what he was going through. I know it wasn't easy for him. It was tough time. Because imagine us as just normal lay people when things happen to us, how it can be like a bishop who is presiding over a whole church, Lutheran church in Liberia. It was a difficult time for him. But again, we bless God. At least he went through it. He whatsoever he experienced, that's an experience for him. I sure that he will learn from whatsoever he went through. But we are grateful and we're thankful that he came out of it. And we'll hear more from our bishop on the last Sunday of this month. Waiting back to you.
Thank you so much, Couple. And without further waste of time, what is on my mind is the St. Matthew's Lutheran Parish, and today we have with us, as you all may watch on Facebook, most time you hear of the developmental Asibo, but I will call him the developmental Zizu of our time. So, without further waste of time, we want to bring in Councillor Bobby W. Livingstone. He's the chairperson of the St. Matthew's Lutheran Parish, Lutheran Church in Liberia, Wu Painesville. Councillor Livingstone, want to say welcome and welcome to the show. You are live. Hundreds of Lutherans are watching right now. They're going to be tuning in. Thousands will follow later. They will be tuning in to this show. We want to welcome you. This is not your first time being here with us. Prior to you coming on, we had no concern with you coming on today because we can testify that you've joined us even while you were on travel. You were far down in South Africa and you joined us. So again, we want to say thank you. You are one of those few parish council and church leaders who do not shy away from appearing on the most popular MLC talk show. Again, want to say welcome and Happy New Year. And we want to give you the opportunity to bring greetings. Bring greetings from the family, bring greetings from St. Matthew's, and we can take it up from there.
Thank you very much, Willie. Am I clear?
You are loud and clear. You are live, loud and clear.
Oh, okay, all right. Thank you all. It is a pleasure tonight. I'm elated. I'm very glad to be on your show. I think this is is a breathtaking situation here today. We want to say greetings to everyone out there, my parishioners of St. Matthew Lutheran Parish, of course, indisputably the biggest parish in the Lutheran Church in Liberia.
South.
I bring you all greetings from my darling wife of 26 years,
Yes.
Mrs.
Tell me
Niswa
your
B. N.
grace.
Livingstone. I also bring you all greetings from our children here in Monrovia, in Painesville specifically, 12 Houses Road. So we are great, and we also wish you all a happy new year to the team here at MLC. We cannot go further without saying a big thank you to you, Willie, and all of the folks on MLC. You guys are doing a great job to keep the team, to keep the Lutheran members informed, updated, and engaged periodically all of the time on matters relating to our church. I could not be prouder than you all, given all that you've been able to achieve over the years, and you continue to contribute to your church. Do not take it for granted. This is a very, very a mammoth contribution that you are making to our church leaders, the bishop, all others at central office. I also say Happy New Year to my senior pastor, Pastor Tito Johnson, my associate pastor, Reverend Emmanuel Todd, and my colleagues on the parish council, and the rest of my congregational council members in the different preaching points or congregations. I say greetings to you all, and it's a pleasure to be on the show tonight.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Councillor Livingstone. So Looking at time right now, we will go straight to our sister couple Cllr. She's there in Winnipeg, Canada, and she will be starting the round of questioning. She will go ahead with her 2 questions, and that will be followed by our dear brother Elijah Zina there in Minneapolis. Couple, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, and good evening to your end. I want to say congratulations to you for your election as the Parish Council Chair of St. Matthew, Lutheran Parish. Would he say the biggest parish? The council chair said the biggest parish. So what can we say to the biggest parish to the biggest parish council chair? I want to say congratulations to you and your team. There is no doubt. You always with us, and we know your ability when it comes to working with the church. So for me, I have no doubt that you won't deliver when it comes to the parish level. So I just want to know what are your plans for the parish for the next 3 years that you will steer the affairs of the parish council. What do you have in place for St. Matthew? Parish as
Yeah, okay, yeah. Thank you very much, my dear sister. Again, happy New Year. Uh, when we started off this race, we've been in the limelight of the church. I served before as secretary in the church, first at St. Peter's as secretary of the parish council. Then I came to St. Matthew, served as vice chair of the council under Father Massaquet, Ernest Massaquet, and I've been serving other capacities in the church since then, since 2008, when I transferred from St. Peter's to St. Matthew. Fast forward, we had a full elections. My dear brother Edwin Jala contested against me. He has been the vice chair of the church for the period of 6 years on our own dear sister, Dr. Cromity Johnson, who also, I would say, remarkably served our church and will give us our own kudos and congratulations for our service. We have started on a mantra of growth in Matthew. That's our team on our election our election team. Primarily, we have a concept that we have to build an accountable church. We have to build a church that strives and build on evangelism. That is to build a spiritual church. Uh,
I think there's some interruption there from his end.
Yeah, folks, you are in tune to MLC Talk. Today we have with us the council chairperson of the Lutheran Church, St. Matthew's Parish, Lutheran Church in Liberia, Councilor Bobby W. Livingstone. Prior to him, having this interruption, he was going over some of the developments at St. Matthew's, and we are just hoping that he will come back on the show very shortly to speak, continue his conversation with us. Elijah, now that we have the chairperson of St. Matthew's on the show with us today, what do you look forward to?
For me, I know Big Brother Bobby Livingstone. His name is not a strange name in the Lutheran Church in Liberia and also Liberia as a whole. He's one of those big brothers that I have been knowing for a very long time. He wears so many caps with multiple professional backgrounds. So I have no doubt that today he will be addressing some of the concerns and questions that we have here today. As he was trying to lay out his plan, and I think the core issue of the church is what he started with, evangelism, because that's the mission of the church, to win souls for Christ. So you can have a big building and you can have all of the furnitures and all of the beautiful things in the church, but if you do not have people to come and worship God, and if you're not doing those things that God wants you to do, I don't think you're gonna have a church. So it would just be an empty building. So I think evangelism as the core mission of the church is very much important, as he was alluding to. But I'm looking forward to seeing how he will elaborate on that and how they plan to engage that process. Yeah, so far so good. Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Evangelism, no doubt. Evangelism is the core of our Christian work. All right, because Jesus encouraged us to go ye therefore into the world and make disciples. Okay, so in our Christian journey, we cannot do away without evangelism. Couple. Okay. All right. The counselor
My,
is back with us.
my apologies. I got called from my office on some other matter. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, we knew that you had some interruption. So yeah, you can just continue from there. Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, we have a mantra, Bruce in Matthew, and that is a plan that we want to match up in Matthew in a way that we become an accountable church while we're building on strong spirituality, building on evangelism. So, if you recall, we upon taking over, we had the first tarry in December. For the last 3 years, there had not been any tarry in the church. The full council members were present. So we had a huge number, and we are going to continue on that. We want to build evangelism, make sure that we go to our Lutheran belief that we are a church also that is spirit filled, unlike previous or people having the belief that we are so exceptionally liberal with our Christianity. We also hold to strong Christian values and ethics. We fast, we pray, we do have revival, we have crusades, we have prayer sections, we have all these things. But other persons believe that when you are Lutheran, or when other faith members believe that when we say we are Lutheran, we don't practice these religious practices, or the quote unquote what the zealous or the other churches do. We do that. So we also building on that. Want to have a section where our pastors will run series of teachings. We have those teachings recorded, produced, and documented for members to acquire and be able to listen to them at home. That's just what other people do in other settings. So we are going to equip our media center here as in Matthew. That plan is going to be launched soon. Where we're going to have a full media that produce scripts, that produce what we call DVDs and other things, the musical appearances by the church, so that we can also use that to showcase our church. Our pastors also engaged, tell them that we're going to soon launch a radio program also of the Matthew Lutheran Church. We had it before in the back when Father Anders Massacre, when I was vice chair. We are going to see how we can relaunch on a very widely listened to radio station in Monrovia. We're going to launch the St. Matthew half hour very shortly. Then what we started to do is to what we grew St. Matthew is a concept that blends evangelism with investment with the objective of sustainability. So that's the whole kind of thought we have. Evangelism with investment and then leading the church to sustainability. What have we done? We have now settled a Gross in Matthew endowment scheme that is going to be led by Councillor Stanley McLean, and it has a code of team members. We have settled the Simavi Investment Committee. It's chaired by my own brother and friend, Brother Paul Fala. And he got a team of people who are going to be working along with him. For a matter of fact, January 31st, which means in about 3 weeks, we are launching the first ever St. Matthew Leadership Investment Summit. That's going to be held at the St. Matthew Lutheran Parish at Woocamp. We are now concluded with speakers, Bishop Gadi Johnson, Father Tonola Vapla, our own Molba Zeze, our own District Dean, Reverend Gono, and others. but our own brother Arthur Former, who is an investment and tax promotion specialist. He's going to be one of our facilitators. So we are on track with respect to putting the agenda on course, that we are blending evangelism along with also making the church sustainable, because our church can no longer run on offering or all the time you have to put basket down. So we also bringing in Brother Dala Koke, who has a very good record in recent time, leading St. Peter to its first full investment program, where they have a structure now that brings income on a very good scale to the church on an annual basis. It's good to copy good things from your friends, so we're bringing him to also teach us some of the skills. As you know, our high school is going to be the BK High School in Monrovia. It's going to, by the time it's finished, we'll have 34 classrooms. Currently, close to 17 of those classrooms are being made ready very, very shortly for the opening of school this year. A team led by Mother Sarah Taylor and chaired by the immediate past co-chaired by the immediate past co-chair of the church, Brother Edwin Jala, being put together to lead the march, the march of opening our school by September 2026. So that is well on course. They had a first meeting already. What are we also doing? We are engaging with the congregational members. We want to cascade all things that we're doing at headquarters at the level of the preaching points, or what we call the congregations. Sooner or later, two of the priests of the congregation will be leaving us to become full parishes. So they are well on course on that. So we are trying to see that we work with them until they can have their exit in a very honorable and dignified manner. So that be that as it may seem, Matthew has a lot of potential. Even the ground on where the church is built is a serious industrial district. So conversations are now being held, but it has not come to any full scale yet. For her to think about doing an investment portfolio for that, where we have our current edifice, and see where we can identify a suitable area to have a modern edifice of the church built to accommodate the kind of a vision that we are looking at towards our church. So these are the initial conversations that are being held. We are also set up the first time ever the asset management committee in the church. We're going to put the assets of the church in a system where you can trace and track all the assets of the church in terms of where they are and the numbers and the code and everything. We also have now put together, first time ever, the hospitality committee of the church. That is going to be responsible for keeping our edifice very decent, orderly, receptive, and very decent for members to visit. That has been established. We have almost put together about 12 committees since I became council chair. We also have the fitness and wellness committee. As you know, on December 19, we launched the fitness club for the church. We call it the St. Matthew Unique Fitness Fellowship, where we come and talk health exercises for members of the church. We do meet every Saturday morning from 6:45 to 8 a.m. to have training section, pep talk, and also have devotion. So that is gaining momentum. Just yesterday, we had our third training sections. Section rather. It was great. So these are some of the initial things. We just acquired a brand new set of office equipment for the church, a brand new modern printer and a laptop. When we took over, we found out that there had been nothing set up to have the church document or operations control from a central point. So now we have a modern laptop that was just procured this week, along with a modern printer. So all of our communication now come from the church, and we have our own device that control it, and not private computers being used to do church work. We are trying to secure one for the communication committee, the media. That will be a desktop. We'll be doing that very shortly. But the big talk of town now is the church summit, the investment summit that is coming up on the 31st of January. That is catching the whole attention. They're going to be fully covered media. I mean, everything, we're going to put a lot into it. The action points going to be well carved and will be articulated to members of the church. So I would like to stop for now, and we'll as we go forward, we'll still unravel some of the things that we are trying to do at the church.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman, for all of your plans. You got a good plans in place. We hope that this is not just on paper. Yeah, it will really be implemented. When all of these things are implemented, then we will have a modern Matthew Parish, because you have lots on your desk that you need to do, and you yourself, you listed all of them. My other question has to do with what strategies are you putting in place to have a decentralization of all of these plans that you have listed to the very congregation?
Yeah. So the parish, Zimbabwe has a very unique structure in terms of leadership. The last constitution that was adopted by my predecessor, uh, that the council is made up in a way that the parish structure is, we have the central church provides the parish council chair, whereas the vice chair comes from a preaching a congregation outside of the central church. The treasurer comes from the central congregation, whereas the other secretary and other officials come from other congregations in the parish. So as we stand right now, I think our vice chair is from St. Philip congregation. Our secretary is from Holy Hills, and and stuff, and different, and we have other people from Mount Sinai. Other officials are from Mount Sinai and other congregations. What am I saying? When we meet, we have every other month section of the parish leadership. As we speak to you now, the summit, they are also they are being what we call co-opted into our plans for this summit. Even our work plans, our 90-day deliverable we came up with, they all are part of that. We told them to carve their first 90-day plan. We have now a central parish budget, but then that budget it encapsulates the budget of St. Matthew as a central church, and that of all of the preaching point, and then come a parish budget, and then each of them got their component that they have to go, because they are also autonomous. The congregations are autonomous. We don't man their resources. We just capture the data, and then we put it in our parish and monitor them to ensure that we can verify everything that's going on to be the fact and to be factual. So they are well into the plan because of the parish constitution. That's the legal framework that guides them, that protect their interests, and also make sure that they all work in concert with us as they contemplate and work towards becoming parishes on their own in not a distant future. So that is basically what it is. They are well into our plans.
Okay, a follow up to that. You said you requested that first 90 days plan from the various congregation. So how will you align that first 90-day plan with all of those plans that you listed?
Yeah, so when we tell them Gross in Matthew, for example, the summit, we're talking about accountability, the tare, we are planning the family day committee. So when we have the family day, my own sister has been approached. She consented to be the chairperson of the newly established family day committee, where we have every 3 months there'll be a family fellowship. The members of the church with their family and children will go to recreate and have fun, and also continue to be in the spiritual things of God, of the church. But I need to have some time. So we are going to be launching that hopefully in February, end of February, towards the first week of March. So the congregations are also part of that, so that they can create their own program. Now we're on what we call the calendar events of the year. As I speak to you, we have concluded ours as in Matthew Lutheran, the central congregation. We have also cascaded that to the preaching points, and then that would now be embedded into the parish work calendar events, so that we know what is happening at St. Philip on this day, and we'll make sure that we don't have a clutch of events, so that we can be able to attend their events they also attend ours. And in that way, we learn support mutually to one another and be able to accomplish things together while keeping our autonomy into some respect or in some respect. So yes, they are part of it. They have some small challenges because, to be honest with you, most of them have not been involved with doing, for example, a 90-day plan, and they've been having some challenges in terms of model, what kind of model to use, and how the template. We are working on that. During the summit, there will be a section on how to do a very effective work plan so that they take it to, and then going forward, they will apply it in their own setting and be able to move on with it going forward. We also trying to look at the financial thing in the church. I have said there been this every month rally at St. Matthew, every first Sunday rally. I am now proposing, and we are studying it, to begin to do the quarterly rally. Every 3 months we have a rally in the church, but that will reduce a rally from 12 rallies in the year to at least 4 rallies. They will have the mid-year rally and end of the year rally, so that will be 6 rallies. That's better than 12, and then it will plenty better. The outcomes could be better than every month rally. Sometimes we raise a very little amount, so in that way you do nothing very substantial with the kind of small amounts that are collected every month. So we are planning that will be launched very soon. We are looking towards the first Sunday of March. We'll be launching the quarter rally in St. Matthew. Once that is successfully done, it will be the new roadmap, and that we will be doing that now. And hopefully, other congregations can look at that plan and see how they can fit in. It will be a work in progress. By and large, so far that is it. The congregation are with us. We are in touch with them. We own this chat room. We got a parish ESCO. We got a parish leadership chat room. As a matter of fact, we have a meeting coming up shortly for the parish leadership. So, yes, we are on. I can say we are on top of that.
All right, Woody, back to you.
Thank you so much, couple. Elijah.
Thank you, Sam, brother Bobby Livingstone. It's good to have you on the show today to be in conversation with you. And congratulations again on your leadership at St. Matthew Lutheran Church. I was so glad when you said that you are following the example of St. Peter's and inviting our former council chairperson to kind of like, you know, get something out of his brain as it relates to your developmental agenda as St. Matthew. That was really good because St. Peter's always kind of leads the way. So with it, I hope you got that clear from your chairman.
Anyway,
No argument. No argument.
No argument.
No argument.
Senior brother Bobby Livingstone, Councillor Livingstone. For me, my question, I'm gonna go directly into your background. I know you are a man of various professional backgrounds, and I want to dig into that and see how. And one of those things, as a leader, I got a background in leadership. I studied leadership, so Christian leadership to be specific. So, as a Christian leader, I want to kind of bring your background into what we are talking here today. So, you've worked as a journalist, and now you work as a lawyer. So, and now also as a congregational president for the St. Matthew Lutheran Parish. So, I want to know how those words shape the way in which you look at truth today.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Elijah. I want to thank you, Elijah. I personally admire your own effort, and I look forward shortly, in not a distant future, uh, to be a guest of yours.
No, the first time you didn't
Yeah,
make it.
yeah. I owe you. I owe you. That's why I say I have to make it up.
Yeah.
But
No
you'll
worries.
be well informed about that once I make all the arrangements. I'll let you know.
Okay.
But be that I may, let's go back to what you said. Yes, I was inspired by my mom when I was, teenager. I became a Lutheran around 1987. Just then, in 11th grade in St. Martin's High School in Banga, I was baptized by the late Hans Smith, from he was a Danish uh, uh, missionary teaching at Banga School of Theology, and also there. And then became baptized. At that time was Reverend D. Jensis Yankulo, who was our pastor. And then from there, being in the church cycle, became a lay reader, served under the late Dan Wula, who tapped into, who said we had a potential. We started reading the scriptures way back in 1987, 88. So that tells you how much and how long we've been in the church. Served from there, we came to youth work. We're on the Bond District. We became the secretary of the Bond District, and then we work our way through to St. Peter's, where we serve on the youth there. Also, we launched a first radio program on TK Harris to participate in disarmament, encourage young people to leave arms. We had it on ELBC when it was at Ducor. We then went on to play a role in the parish leadership in St. Peter's, became secretary of the parish, honor Winter Howard, honor Jerome, brother Jerome Sion, brother Jerome Cllr, honor Amanda Dakaboy, who was our vice chair then. And then later on, we moved into St. Matthew in 2008. We studied communication at the University of Liberia, where we graduated in 2001, a Bachelor of Arts degree in mass communication and sociology from the university, and then later matriculated to the Institute of Social Studies in The Hague, the Netherlands, and from 2008 towards the end of 2000 until 2010, where we got a master's degree in international communication with emphasis in post-conflict reconstruction. So we did that, and then later on moved to the law school. While we're in law school is when we got a scholarship, so we came back and completed law school in 2011, because I graduated from the ISS in 2009 with a master's degree in international development communication with emphasis in post-conflict reconstruction. We then finished the law school in 2011. So in the between the period 1994 and 2007, 2011, we have been media practitioners. So you can check the number of years. We rose from reporter to news editor, associate editor, administrator of information. We serve at the New Patriot Journal. We serve the Moravia Garden, the Liberian Diaspora newspaper, and so other papers. We work there in our reportorial capacity. Later, then we became communication officer for NEC in 2004, and stayed there until 2011, where we left from there in 2011. We're in the capacity of director of public information outreach. I'm also, beside being a communication specialist, I'm also a development practitioner. I have my own development firm that I run, do small consultancy, and then do a media. I'm also a media trainer. I've been mass communication chairman for UMU for 6 years, from 2013 to 2019. I was the chairperson of mass com department at UMU, and also director of public outreach, information, public area, and national elections commission from 2006, from 2007 rather to 2011. We've done extensive training locally and abroad into media. And then when I transitioned to lawyering, my emphasis became on financial crimes. So I wanted the widely experienced Liberian financial crime lawyers with over close to 8 to 9 years as in our field of financial law, criminal law practice with emphasis in financial crimes. Both taking training at some of the leading facilities in Africa, including Botswana, Accra, Kenya, and other places we've been in training. So currently, I've been at the Ministry of Justice for years as the Director of Financial Crimes. I just recently matriculated or moved to the
Sorry to
Liberia.
interrupt you, big brother. Sorry to interrupt you, big brother. My intent of that question is not for you to go through your professional pedigrees. My question was, given your background in all of these areas, how do these words, the different professional background, help shape the way you look at truth today?
Oh, that's good. With that, being practically being a lawyer, you have a high stake, the standard required is far higher. If you come to Liberia and somebody say you are a lawyer, the citizens take you in a special category, and that puts you in the position where you have to be very careful. You have to be one who talks very less, who listen more. You have to be very slow to act in terms of how you get angry and respond to things. You have to be able to balance the equation. So these are some of the tricks that we're bringing to our leadership. We go there,
Again, folks, we want to say you are in tune to MLC Talk. We're in conversation with Councilor Bobby W. Livingstone. He's the chairperson of the Parish Council, St. Matthews. We want to assume that he
Another
was
interruption.
interrupted. You know how busy he is. He was interrupted by maybe a call or
Another
network,
phone call, yeah.
another phone call. But Elijah, while we wait on the chairperson of the biggest parish to come on, you know, as you can see right now, St. Matthew is not like before. St. Matthew is not that parish, that this like detached herself from St. Peter's years and years ago. I think it would be unfair to invite a parish that once saw you as a kid, not to invite them to see how fully developed you are and you surpass them. So I don't think I
What do you
don't
want to
You
justify?
want
You want to justify the issue of them
Like,
inviting the council, the
serious,
former chair
guys,
to
listen.
help?
Be serious,
Listen.
really.
I don't think it's a wrong idea to invite the former, council chairperson of St. Peter's, to St. Matthew. It's a learning and sharing moment. Okay, I mean, this is the thing.
A beard cannot grow past the hair.
But
Always
equally-
know that. A child, I don't care how old you are, you can't be older than your parent.
You still a
So-
child.
So you can do everything as St. Matthew, you still copy from St. Peter's. St. Peter is your mother, and you're going to remain her
but
mother.
we should-
And
we should-
no
no,
worries.
there-
No worries.
There are things. There are things that St. Matthew. There are things that St. Matthew have never and will never copy from St. Peter's. And one of them is just to have free things. St. Matthew usually don't just
You said
hand me
free
down.
things?
No.
Come
Yeah.
on, Willie.
No,
Come on,
honestly.
Willie. Wait
I mean,
for
if
free
you-
thing.
if-
Wait
if-
for
if-
free
if
thing.
you- if you
Wait
look at
for free thing.
If you look at the existing structure at St. Peter's, St. Peter did not acquire that out of square.
Willie.
Right.
Let me
Go ahead,
ask
Papa.
Woody. I don't know
Go
what
ahead,
he
Papa.
considered as free thing. What do you
Yeah.
consider as
Thank you
free
very
thing?
much.
Because the last time I checked, or even currently as I'm checking, all
Okay.
of your congregation, you are not the one that are building them. You did not build them.
Oh, we built them.
You
Our
didn't take your
congregation-
money to build them. Central congregation did not build preaching point.
So okay.
So I
let me-
don't know what
so
you
let me-
consider as free. I don't know what you consider as free.
Okay, couple. So this what happens, right? St. Matthew evangelized in these locations, established preaching point.
How you
and
picking
brought
St.
these
Matthew
people-
in the
I'm
first
coming.
place? How
okay,
you
so
picking
the
St.
question-
Matthew in the
How
first
you
place? You
begin?
were brought up by St.
This is
Peter.
the-
So
You
let me
until
respond.
unless you want to
Let
say,
me respond to your
we
question,
should
couple.
erase the whole
Couple.
structure of the LCL.
Yeah.
Couple.
We should erase it, right?
No,
Because
we're not gonna
definitely
erase
you must have come from a parish.
Yeah, but couple, you ask
must
a
have
question.
come from
Couple,
a
you ask a
parish. You must
question.
be a preaching point. You must be a congregation before becoming a
Exactly.
parish.
But equally so,
So
Bannersville.
experience. So those
Couple.
are
Who
established
are the
in
pastors
St.
at
Peter's. Those
Matthew,
people
who
that
are the
established
pastors
St.
at St.
Peter's.
Matthew when you started
Those
building that
missionaries
church?
that established St. Peter's.
If you know
Where
your
did they
history,
come
tell
from?
me. Who are the pastors at St. Matthew when you started building St. Matthew Church?
Oh, it was so we had the late Reverend Gabriel Balezeze.
No, the Reverend Sequoia Davis.
No. It was Gabriel Balezeze.
Okay, but
Yeah, we had a Gabriel Balezeze. Reverend Orita Miller Davis and Reverend J. Sakuya Davis. They came in. They were Vika at St. Matthew at the time. I was an acolyte. But you know what? Let's go to Councilor Livingstone. Councilor Livingstone is here. I think his video is still connected. But anyway, Okay,
So,
go ahead.
so unless
I
you
want to
want us
respond
to
to your question,
erase,
Couple, but you did not give me the chance to do so. But go
I
ahead.
won't give
You know,
you the chance either because what you want to push forth,
Matthew is the nucleus of the
It
LC
doesn't
as we
hold
speak.
water. It doesn't hold water. You can't.
Matthew is the nucleus.
Because you should be
The nucleus of the LCL as we speak is Matthew.
You should be thankful to St. Peter's that you came out of St. Peter as a
But we're
parent.
grateful. That's why we're going to invite. That's why we're going to invite. Couple, we are so much grateful. We are not ungrateful. We are so much grateful. That's why we're going to invite the same brother Dada Kokoya, chairman emeritus of St. Peter's, to come there and see. Okay, listen. The Bible says something that can any good thing come out of Nazareth? Say, come and see. That's why we are inviting. That's the reason why we are inviting Dada Kokoya to come.
We will always extend thanks to those missionaries that built St. Peter's. Because all of us, because of that, we all can call ourselves that we have a parish. We can say, okay, I'm from the partner. So you can say, oh, you're from the St. Peter. Another person can say, I'm from St. Andrews. Another person can say, oh, yeah, I'm from the other place. So we all should be grateful. Just how all of our
we are grateful. We are very much grateful to the missionaries.
Will be referencing us, but when I say like
just to give you the rundown, right?
I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want
the parishes you have
it is a free thing. It was never free.
Yeah, all of the parishes
you should allow me to explain the reason why I said that.
No, Willie. The thing is, all of the parishes in Monrovia district, they are all preaching points that were under St. Peter's, the Bannerville, the St. Matthew, the St. Andrews. It just named them, all of them.
You know what? Couple, let me inform you. St. Peter was so sad when St. Matthew decided to break away. Not really break, but just
break away. St. Matthew didn't break away.
No, not break away. No, I caught myself. No, I agree with you. I agree with you. I caught myself. Couple Elijah, I caught myself, and I said that I do not agree with the word break away, but detach, or when we gain our parish status to leave.
Can you check with his brother and see what's going on with him?
Yeah, he's trying to come home, but I think his network is having some issues right there. But again, this is the thing. No, let's be honest. The level of development at St. Matthew. Okay, good. He's back. Right. The level of development at St. Matthew is massive. Go ahead, come you are live.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you are in flight answering the question about how you see truth into this world, given your professional background. Yeah, brother, are you there?
Councilor Livingstone, do you hear us? All right. These are Councilor Livingstone, do you hear us?
That we face with Liberia.
Yeah.
When it comes to the internet.
Yeah, he's back. He's back. Chairman Livingstone, do you hear us? We can hear your background.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, we can hear you. Do you hear us? If you can turn off your video and that will help, that's fine. Chairman Livingstone, do you hear us?
We have a lot of good conversation to have with the chairperson, and the internet is ready not helping.
The internet is disturbing us today. Wonderful show. And this is one of the segments in our podcast that we see this reiterating light deeper into our parishes, and we're hoping that other parish council chairpersons will avail themselves, to come and talk about their parishes. I mean, we listened to Bannersville Parish a few Sundays ago, and now this is St. Matthew. Listen to some of the developments taking place at St. Matthew's.
Okay. So back to what the chairman listed. The chairman listed a lot of things.
All right. From the paper.
Oh wait, my man.
Why you talking like?
I didn't think it from the Pasmo. We're just getting around. Pasmo, we're just getting around. It's
when you put it back on the screen.
No, no, listen, we will have Councilor Livingstone is right here. Listen, we got to move forward with the show.
Yeah,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Councilor
Sorry,
Livingstone.
we're having issues here. Am I on the show back?
Yeah,
Yes,
you're on the
yes,
show.
you
Go ahead,
are.
please. Go ahead.
Okay. Just to remind you, you were I asked you the question about giving your background, how all of those words help you see truth today, and you were in flight answering that.
Yeah, so like I told you, church leadership is a peculiar kind of leadership. People volunteer to come to serve God. They come with their expertise. They come with expectations, and so it's an environment that has to be managed properly because people come there on their own volition. They are not compelled to come there. You tap on their expectation. You tap on their expertise, and you get them to work along with you. So we are trying to do it in a way that we bring everyone on board in the church by making them know that we have to be accountable to whatever they put into the church, their money that they put to the church. We have also announced an audit. So for the first time in many years, Matthew is going to be audited. And so that audit committee has been established. We are only waiting for them to give us their audit plans and everything so that we can begin the process. But these are all meant to build confidence and know that when you come and give your penny to Matthew, it's going to be utilized properly. And so we come also knowing that we have different persons that come from different backgrounds that come to the church. We have different family upbringing, different system. But what binds us together, we are Christians. So that should bring us more together because we serve the same God, we serve Christ. So that should be a rallying point for all of us. So in my mind, this is where we are, believing that we are workers of the church who want to serve Christ by contributing our quota of service to the church. That should be the one that should motivate and inspire us to go the extra mile to be able to support the church. And this is what I always bring on the table, that I come there to serve, I come there to bring my all to serve the church, and I expect my colleagues on the council to do likewise. And I also motivate them all the time. The little that they do, I encourage them, thank them, and ask them to do more. And that is the way how we are governing the church.
Thank you, and thank you, Councilor Livingstone. My next question will try to understand your decision-making process. So, as a lawyer and now a congregational president or the parish council president, how do you balance fairness, faith, and compassion when making hard decisions within the congregation or within the church?
We are guided by rules. The church has a constitution. Uh, well, our biggest rule is the Bible. And one of the fundamental principles of the Bible is truth. We can love our neighbors, but it doesn't mean we cannot say the truth to them when they are wrong. What matters is that we should be prayerful and we should be reconciliatory. We punitive measures should be the last option. We should try to be as more restorative as much as possible. That is to say, counsel them, give them some options that can they can utilize to become better persons in their service to God. It is after you exhaust all of these options, and then you can now.
Yeah, Daddy, we know.
Yeah, I got a young woman here, Miss Livingstone, right here. So yeah, so let me continue. So like I said, that's where we are. So I try to balance that. Everything has a legal framework. Our constitution on the administrative side is our legal framework. Uh, our spiritual side, our Bible is our framework that should guide us in truth telling, in being obedient, in being respectful, in being dutiful. Today, the sermon, for example, was doing all that what God requires of us. That was the theme that Pastor Tor preached today, and it's a very difficult, it's a delicate task and topic. But we have to brace ourselves, depending on God's own leading, giving us the strength. Because we cannot do it on our own. Anyone thinks he's doing it on his own, the truth is not in you. We need God to guide us, to give us the courage, to give us the strength, to give us the means also to be able to do these things that we want to do. So I'm guided by the principle of the legal framework, which is the Constitution, the spiritual framework guided by our belief in God and our Holy Bible, our scriptures that we read, and our own. If you want to look for example, where do you have to look far of? Go right to the church, go to Christ, go to the Bible. The examples are stated there. So we have a template already. So it's just that as human we are weak, but God is strong, and we depend on Him to give us the strength to do these things He has told us. But they are all spelled out and well written for generations to generation. So these are things that guide our leadership and our deliberations.
Okay, just a quick follow up on that. As you were answering the question, you talk about your faith and the Bible and the Constitution that all guide you as a person leading in the congregation. I'm not asking you to go into the just end the case, but as a Lutheran and as a leader in the church and as the chief financial prosecutor in Liberia, how did that bother your faith when our bishop was indicted within the criminal case within the church? How did that bother you as a person who's in the public face and of chief financial prosecutor and also as a leader in the church? How did that shape your faith in a formal way?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I was in transition to the Liberal Anti-Corruption Commission when the story of Bishop came up, Bishop Padmo, so to speak. Uh, and the moment I got at the church, at the place, this was on the horizon already, and I had to take my time to look into what was existing there, what the case were all about, what the evidence was about, and everything. And I made a couple of attempts. I met Bishop. I even met the new team, including my bosses at the commission. And we had a conversation, and what I said then was that Bishop should be given a day to be able to exonerate himself. We should fast track the case. But again, I went deeper into the case, and I saw that we should not just provoke unnecessary prosecution when there's no need for that. If you tell you, Bishop will tell you that I had even told him he should not have even gone to Lofa, but he had the advice of his lawyers and he went to Lofa. But exactly what I told him was going to happen did happen. That we had reached a point that I believe that we did not need to prosecute go on with the case, because if all of the records were in before, although they came after the investigation, that the money for the bull sitting feed was given to our own church sister, and they refunded the money. The first check was issued to bishop in cash check, and board members took custody of their money, and there were meetings produced that the board meeting was held. They checked the one that were held at the church compound on 13th Street. They could produce a record. He came with a lot with one of our own brothers, senior brothers, Councillor Howard, and we had a conversation. And I told him this is where I stand. They convinced me that he had all of the records, and I said then we are going to drop the charges on you. By that time, he already got the invite, the citation from the court to appear, and he didn't want to sound because he was also troubled. Our society also has its own challenge in terms of people being gullible. Even when they say accused or you are indicted, indicted is a formal indictment is a formal complaint that we have cause to believe that you committed a crime. We may not be able to prove it or may be able to prove it, but just saying it does not mean you are guilty. So sometimes people don't delineate that very clearly, and then they start to call you all sort of names. If you are accused, it doesn't mean you are guilty. All right. So we dropped the charges against Bishop and Sister Flomo because we believe that they have shown documents that all we are holding them for did not actually happen, in terms of that they could not account for the money, the meeting, the refund was done. The one that they said the retreat was not held. Sister Flomo showed the receipt that the money was redeposited with the school. But the process of having the information come out in the way I'm saying it to you took so long, and to some extent, the public are already munched on sufficiently on the information. Some of them to almost damaging proportion in terms of misinterpretation. Some members of the church as well received the information and acted on the belief that the bishop had already committed a crime, and so he should have been penalized. And now here we have the situation where the charges have been dropped. He has been issued his clearance. This is what have been the court of law. When we drop the charges against you as a state, we the court issues you a clearance, and so Bishop has no more charges on him. Uh, the only caveat I give in this kind of situation is that we have to we have to know that we have, when you are in leadership in organizations such as the church, to blend it with the politics and certain kind of service. Some of those environments are very toxic. Some of those environments are not that the normal environment. So you could get entangled. So it will be an advice going forward that sometime when these offers are made, they may come with good faith
Yeah.
perception or hello.
Yeah, we listen to you,
Yeah,
same brother. Go ahead.
listening.
Somebody offers come, like Bishop told me. I mean, a couple of reasons why he accepted. He was looking more at the LTI story, how, giving the political will that was being shown to him to see how it can be cultivated and, and be, utilized to draw some support to hoping to get LTI up and running in full scale, which is also a good thing. But here we are, and sometimes we have to be careful. Some of the good plans we have could be also, sidetracked by some of these actions, because sometimes the normal working space in Liberia, people feel that certain things should be normal there, and you now have to checkmate it and say, look, in my setting, it cannot be this way, and I will not allow that to happen. But before that happens, even sometimes you're not being involved. But the mere fact that you are associated with an institution and that name comes out, that some investigation are taking place, indictment has been done, you go to clear your name. But just imagine what happened for that whole transition from being investigated, being indicted, and then being vindicated again. I mean, a whole lot psychologically. I mean, in different facets of life. I mean, different perceptions evolve out of these kind of actions. So it's just an advice going forward that sometimes we should clearly delineate our roles. Sometimes not to go into venture into some terrain, giving all of these kind of things that happen. A bishop will have to study whether he still want to remain as board chair of the university, given all that happened, to focus on his ministry work and his bishopric work. I think he should be, those are things he should look at more now and see, not that he's committed any crime, so he should exit. But I think you can never tell, as in these environments that we have in Liberia. I can always tell people steal more than they can kill in Liberia. So to take money, public money, looks like a normal thing. But you gotta know now that even if you're not involved, but the fact that your name surfaces in such reports, before you clear it and do the kind of thing, sometimes you don't know what has already happened. So that's my only advice. But I already knew what the outcome would have been. I told him we're going to drop the charges, and it did happen. It's just that he was a bit skeptical that what I told him was going to happen.
Thank you, same brother. Back to you, Woody.
Thank you so much, Elijah. Chairman Livingstone. Oh, sorry. I think he got
Unfortunately.
interrupted again. Yeah. I would just have him in the back end until he gets you know, yeah, until his his network issue is resolved. Okay, we can see that he went out. Okay, we'll be waiting on him. Um Elijah, those two questions and also couple those introductory questions were great. They laid, the premise, of our entire show for tonight. But listen, man, I just want us to I just wanted to clarify that, sometimes on the show we will, like even from the days of our youth work, we will joke with one another. There's no way in which there's nowhere possible that we can say today that parishes, especially in Monrovia district, are existing without the shoulder of St. Peter's. We all know that. So I just want to make this clear. We were just kind of joking among ourselves, So
Thank you.
these
Thank you
are
for
things that
acknowledging that.
we
It's
do.
well
Okay.
accepted. Well
So Father,
accepted.
Father Small, it's just a joke.
Small
That we're
mom,
trying-
beat
yeah.
sense in your hair.
That's what would be saying. Hey, you come and share for this.
So Father Small, but Father Small, you will also want to you will interest you to know that the level of progress, the level of fast-paced progress, made at St. Matthew is actually unmatched. I'll be honest, but that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, friend.
Um,
And
yeah,
that's a conversation for another time.
yeah,
There's
yeah, yeah,
something, the last question that Elijah asked
mhm,
our senior brother
yeah,
concerning Bishop's indictment. You listened to her last question, and this
mhm,
is what we have been talking about. Our
yeah,
last show with Reverend P. That question was asked whether
mhm,
Bishop would still maintain the position.
yeah,
And he was like, oh, there were a lot of people, the church people beat on him more than the society. And
yes,
this is something that we said, the issue, once you find yourself within the church, certain there are some offer that you just can't accept.
yeah,
Because I don't care how you turn it, especially in the public sector. The public sector is tempting. I work within finance office, and I know what it takes when it comes to being in the public sector. People take stealing as normal thing.
yeah,
So once they hear your name, that you are part of this, it is already concluded that this is what you did, right? So there are some offer.
mhm,
You just like he did it in a good faith,
yeah,
especially considering you head of the church
yeah,
and then going into the public sector.
mhm,
This is a strong decision to make. Yeah, when
yeah,
you are offer these positions, you really need to rethink. You need to sit, get some consultancy, talk to people, talk to your lawyer, because when you enter there, man, there you have to, because there's no way you will run on a board. You run a board without being handling finances, being talking about money.
yeah,
Because for every time the board meet, the board has a board fees.
mhm,
Yes, it has a board fees. And for us, when we were working in the finance office, before you have another board meeting, you must bring the past board meetings as a supporting document before another, will be raised. So
fresh,
it's very tempting.
yeah.
So we need to look at that, and our church really need to look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, couple, I do agree with you 100%. And like Councillor Livingstone said, and Beecher has said this in the past, that his decision to accept this offer was in good faith. But he was looking on the he was looking at this offer from a different perspective, that if I'm in this position, I will be able to use this position to help my institution in such a way. We all know in Liberia. So, for example, now, if I should go to Liberia and want to go to CSA and meet Big Joe, I mean, I will have to go through some long list of processes to meet Big Joe. But and Big Joe happened to be a member of ours. Big Joe happened to be our senior brother. Big Joe is still just my Big Joe that I just fly down to Connecticut and I be able to walk in his living room and maybe just ring his doorbell and enter his house. But I think it was based on some of these opportunities that
Yeah, ease of
oh,
access. Yeah,
right, of
ease of
access. He
access
said that's the
to the
reason why.
president.
But but
Oh,
but one thing also that that Council Livingstone struck, that being indicted or being invited, it doesn't mean that you are guilty. So some of our members, some of our members who were going at the extreme, far left, I would say. They were going far left with the entire, issue. And again, this is a platform we give everyone the opportunity to express your opinion, vote of insults and whatever. So, I mean, we give them the opportunity. And also, Councilor Livingstone spoke on something. And this should be a strong caveat for our church moving forward. He said they had the information, but it took long to provide the information. You see, PR is very, very important. If and only if, let's assume that the office of the chairperson of the board of Lofa University, if he had his own PR team that was very fast to come up with, a valid information and making those points, I think it would have suppressed the negative information that was going out there. So for some other outlets pointing to him, this man, that man, if that man a bishop, look at how he looking at man a bishop for whole church. They were not even looking at the case. They were not looking at the case. They were looking at the Lutheran Church in Liberia. So I mean, information dissemination. The Lutheran Church in Liberia now should see the need to invest more, to look at the idea of investing more into this Lutheran radio or Lutheran FM. If we have our own even communication arm, we will do better, in sending out information. And I think the BS spoke on it the last time. Councilor Livingstone is back with us again. We want to say welcome back to the show. And folks, we want to say thank you again for staying there with us. Thank you for sharing.
Maybe can we recognize this?
Yeah, we can recognize. Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Can we just recognize until he come on?
Yeah. So we recognize our sister Dede Sana from Barnesville Parish, and also our mother Victoria Nangbe Johnson. She's also from Barnesville Parish. Our brother Nangbe is from St. Matthew.
Yeah, St. Peter's.
No. Okay, St. Peter's. All right, St. Peter's. The moment I don't say St. Peter, everyone will come to me. All right,
you want to claim everybody, buddy.
I know. Kesariba B. Vesely is from
Masana.
St. Matthew's Parish.
Masana
na Parish, nah?
Don't worry about it, man. Phoebe, Cllr Ajibrik Abraham. Cllr is a regular follower.
Yeah,
want to say thank you. So next Sunday we're going to be having a great show. We're going to be having the board chairperson of but Lutheran University will be here next Sunday. Our sister Dede Sana is also from Barnesville Parish. She's watching us. Nathaniel Toba is following from Police Academy. His residence there. Thank you so much. Rebuilding Camp KP. Who? I wonder who is this. All right. Okay, more Lutheran people. I'm watching from the 72nd belt. Nathaniel Gold, my chairman. Yes, I think you know it. For me, I don't have to say that. He only said my chairman, so you know that. All right. And Morning Zia, thank you from Phoebe Campus. We want to welcome also Muslim Bami. Thank you so much. Phoebe Dormitory, okay. Andrew Noir. We will call on the Phoebe show. Yeah, next Sunday. Call in, please. Call in. Okay, this is the comment everybody want to see. Here, ladies and gentlemen, MLC Talk platform really approaches. So again, we've already made it clear to our father. Our father is our regular follower. So we want to say, sorry about that, Pop. Nathan took Nathaniel took our brother Willie. He said your point cannot hold water. But anyway, that's fine. Muslim, he said Morwa Yabo. Again, he will say, brother Judonu Colley. He said, good evening, Elijah. You asked a very good question. I'm following from my home on GS0, and this is one person who is holding the
is that a Sunday school? Is this a Sunday school?
Sunday school superintendent again from where? I mean, you be the judge.
All right, he's from St. Peter.
All right, Benu Sole and I had a conversation. She'll be moving her membership over to St. Matthew's. The Reverend The Reverend Zesta, he Zesta Lila
Now
Yapaso.
Zesta is opening a Pandora box here.
He say, hey, Willie, if you parishes in Monrovia district are stronger without St. Peter's, that's true.
But which of them not strong with us with St. Peter's now?
Yeah, Banaville Parish, Banaville and the Cross Rap Parish.
Banaville standing for the chap. Banaville standing for St. Peter chairperson.
Banaville, you not pay a pastor. Anyway, let's move forward.
I see a chairman because all the listing he did, there's nothing he mentioned on pastor pension. My second follow-up question there. I will ask you.
The man had talk about sustainability. The biggest.
But he did not mention it. He did.
Huge.
Sustainability of Simafi. He did not talk about
huge strategy on sustainability. Your chairman came here. He went around, but he's coming.
Continue to identify the people back.
Okay, Nathaniel talk about. We want to say welcome again. We want to welcome. Oh, our mother Viliga Bien. She's here. She said, "Hey, family, could be here. Thank you so much, mother Bien." And you know where? You know what? She's from St. Matthew. This one of the, I would say that Sis Viliga, among St. Matthew members in the diaspora, Sis Viliga had put together a team, a small but very mighty team, powerful team that try her best every time to put together some resources and send to our parish back there at St. Matthew's, Luke Matthew Parish. So again, we want to say thank you, Jeremiah Gabler. I know you say Jeremiah Gabler is from St. Matthew. Oh, I know you would say Jeremiah Gabler. Jeremiah Gabler told me that he moving his membership to St. Matthew. Okay, so Stephen Sewa is watching from Banga, but you know where his parish is from. So anyway, we can move forward on that. Says Marley Molba Kekula. Tell me which parish he's from.
You tell us though.
Kopotel, which parish he's from?
I don't know. The last time I checked,
which parish
to the U.S.
The last time I checked, she's Banga.
She got she had withdrawn her membership from St. Mark's more than 2 decades. This is a strong member of St. Mark's.
The last time we checked, where she came from St. Mark's, Banga.
I mean, it doesn't matter where you come.
And relocated to the U.S. And she was shipping with.
You know what Peter Bala told us? He said it doesn't matter where you it doesn't matter where you fall down, where you stomp your toes. Okay. It doesn't matter where you stomp your toe, but where you fall. So she's now at St. Matthew. So anyway.
Go ahead with recognition.
But you don't know Collie again. He said, Willie, you are right. Remy gave up Bali Zeze was the first parish. My man, listen. When it comes to St. Matthew, it ain't about flesh and blood. St. Matthew, I'm telling you. We also had the great Reverend Alexander Yamin Sumo. He also came from St. Matthew. Great pastors. The great pastor Reverend Moses B. Goba from St. Matthew's. The great deacon. Deacon Henry G. Kokwe, the late from St. Matthew.
All the people names you are calling. All of them brothers of St. Peter's.
My man. Sister that song says, you are joking. He said you were joking. But I mean,
it's very strong. Very strong. That's only we both of Woody.
Banaville didn't see any land to go to the cheapest land in Banaville area, which is in the cemetery.
I know how many acres of land. What do you get? You get half land. I know you don't.
The land that you have.
You CDC extension where you have land business. half land people.
Fuck up, I'm begging you. You see, nobody says you're universal.
No. Listen right here. She said St. Matthew Lutheran Parish.
That's not my she's universal Lutheran.
She said they want from St. Matthew.
St. Mark's and St. Matthew.
It's not possible to have your leg 2 places. She's in St. Matthew.
That comes first. The Moho St. Mark's.
Now the woman is from
universal Lutheran.
Don't make the system to keep doing jubo. No, but on a serious note, we are hoping that if the chairman cannot come, I think we will invite him again another time.
I think we can call him in and have him on the phone if he can get on, and to end the conversation with him.
Just to end the conversation. He said today's the best show. We'll combine all the issues.
And you see Matthew. That's actually Jeremiah, because when he is Matthew and I easy.
There you go. You see, now she had cleared the air. See, Matthew is my parish. Listen.
You're not forced to open up that she got to
listen. They say where your heart, they say where your treasure is where your heart will be. It's at St. Matthew. All right.
People, yeah.
You know,
when you call the chairman, let's see what
I'm trying to reach the chairman. I'm trying to reach the chairman right now. I'm trying to do that. So I'm also interested in looking at while we wait on the chairman, the database of the. I know the chairman spoke about having some, modern
media center,
the media center. But I'm also interested. This is one thing I'm also our church as a whole, the Lutheran church as a whole. We've been saying that we are a church of 150,000, 100,000, 120,000, 125,000. Do we have the data to show that? So maybe St. Matthew can be one of those parishes that will be the first to do that. Have an accurate data saying that Mount Sinai Lutheran Parish, this is the record that we have. And not only the Lutheran Church in Liberia, but some of our congregations here, like People's Community Lutheran Church, my congregation, I'm not going to shy away from that. Most time when we fill out the congregation survey, we are not left from 400 yet, but that was back then. I mean, can we actually have the data to show that we still 400?
The way our church is structured, I don't think it will really be a difficult thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the way our church is structured.
Right.
We just go to our Vera congregation and just request the membership. We just do a membership form. And the central congregation, they make a request. We need the total number from the Bandersville Parish, from St. Matthew, St. Peter's. Mm-hmm. And those parish council chairperson, they just send out the information to the Vera congregation and see within a time frame. And I think we can try that and start from that on a form and do like a form thing. Yeah. And see how best, at least just to have an estimated number. Yeah, maybe do it by district. We got a Vera district. You just send the information to all of our district teams. Those parishes that are in the rural area that cannot, they are not able to do like the form thing. And I think central office or parish who can help, they just print out a form, a lot of form, and just help those parishes in our rural area and see how best we can come up with the database instead of all of the time we just 150 person. And I know we are more than that.
And just
we are more than that.
Yeah, just to add to what Couple is saying, even without going to using the manual system, you can also use an electronic process using mobile numbers and simple Google forms and things like that. Like you can fill out a form and just send it to one of the parishes and say, "Hey, distribute this form among your people." And as they fill in that form, like all the data will just filter in one bucket, and you're able to see the different areas that the numbers are coming from. But again, you have to invest into that. Our church, one of the major things with the Lutheran Church in Liberia is no money. So we are not waiting to spend money to get money. So we always want the charity. And if you can't tell somebody to do enumeration of your church and you're not willing to compensate that person, you're not willing to invest into the technology the person wants to use. So if you really want to have a strong database to be able to make a leadership or developmental decision for the church, you have to venture. Right now, we're in the age of technology. There are so many things, so many database systems out there that you can use. And some are very inexpensive as well that you can use to do some of those things very seamlessly, especially in our church that is like rural based. And So,
yeah, I think there where we will have the problem with our rural parishes. With this, sorry, let me just
okay.
I think that where we will have our major problems within the rural area. But all of our parishes within the Monrovia district, the Kakata district, Banga, I think it will be like either the southeast and Lofa, upper Lofa. But anything beyond
Urban
low
Lo-Fi
five,
is
Even
way
in rural
more.
areas, even
yeah,
in rural areas,
it
you
will
got
not
deals.
be that costly as
Yeah,
we
city area
pay.
got probably with
Yeah,
nowhere now.
it will
Lo-Fi
not
Louis
be.
gonna call here. But anyway, we have the we have the chairperson on the line with us. I think with the situation in back home, sometimes the internet connectivity, but he's gonna continue with us on the phone. So, folks, again, want to say thank you so much for tuning in to our program today. That's spotlight on our parishes. Today we have we are in conversation with Councillor Bobby Livingstone. He's the chairperson of St. Matthew's Lutheran Parish. Um, we we talked about this segment for some time, and the first chairperson, Brother Abraham Tamba from Bannerton Parish, was the first to appear on our show. So every second Sunday we have spotlight on our parishes, and we're hoping that other parish council chairpersons will, see this opportunity to come and share light on their parish. Um, uh, uh, Chairman Livingstone, I want to ask this question. I know that you spoke about having more equipment at the parish. So what is the what are your plans, the administration plan on having a modern database system for our parish in order to provide like accurate data in terms of planning purposes, in order generally for developmental work at the parish, to know our total numerical strength when it comes to congregations, preaching points in the parish. Time is fast spent. I want to throw in a second question to that. The next question here is this: that we met last month. We met with the chairperson of Bannersville Parish, Brother Abraham Tamba. He We shared this conversation with him, the concern of our parishes. A lot of our parishes, even our church, do not insure their properties. And we look at St. Matthew as a case study. We were thinking that the school building that got burned, if St. Matthew had that property under insurance, or on the warranty insurance, and so to speak, we had that on our insurance. The insurance will have helped us with some of the costs. But now today, the burden is on our members, and we thank God for other partners that have come in, most especially St. Matthew members in the diaspora who continue to send in their little widows mite, and also we understand that the Church of Bevera just jump in all of our parishioners there in Liberia. So, what is the parish council plan? Your administration, what is your thought about insuring the properties of St. Matthew?
Yeah, thank you. Like I told you, we have set up an asset management committee of the church. We have now given it a mandate not only to begin to what we call create an inventory and a database, as well as a proper coding for all assets, physical assets. Everything that we have for the church. And that committee will be very shortly reporting to us on what their deliverables will be coming very shortly. At some point we're going to be having something like quarterly media section to know what committees have done and what they were their targets and what I've been able to achieve going forward. So that is on the front burner of our administration, to make sure that we have the assets properly coded, secure. And one of the ways to secure a property would be to also ensure that the kind of fixed assets, such as your church compound or your house, your school building, be on certain coverage. But the coverage has costs. So you want to do a comprehensive or whatever kind of coverage is, you must be paying premium. So we have to study the cost and know what line we will put to it to be able to sustain it. So our first thing is to make sure the school resumes. When the school resumes, then it will begin to generate money. And when it begins to generate money, we can now apply, push on that money to see how we can get some kind of insurance policy that matches our current situation. So yes, the answer is yes, but we cannot put a cart before the house. So what we're doing right now is to get the school reopened. As I told you, have a very strong committee headed by Mother Sarah Taylor and co-chaired by Brother Edwin Jala and other members of the team to run on a roadmap for the reopening of St. Matthew High School in September 2026. We are having a scheduled meeting these 2 days through the courtesy of Brother James Mulba and his wife, who is the Assistant Minister of Budget. We are getting some very good indication that we may have some small throw-in on our way. We want to thank the KED. They've been able to give us something around $48,000, which has been able to do the upper part of the first layer of the upper right flank, the top of the right flank. So St. Matthew in the shape now almost like a C-like. So the first part on the right side when you enter has been covered with a structure on top of it. We are now having the money for the poly tank to get that part completed. We have money for that, and then we'll see how we can open the school and start doing the second flank, which is the top. That will bring us to almost around 34 classrooms. On the issue of you said on insurance, I think we should look into that. I think we will be looking, but we have to find a proper niche and the proper source of funding of our insurance policy. And so that is something we want to do for the church. We've got to look at our church, whether that has happened. We have to look at all of that. If that is possible, we'll also throw that into our plans to have it embedded into our security and asset management system. Concerning the media, I'm a media person. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, we're here. We're listening to you.
I'm very passionate about the media. Even today, at some point, we had to break in the coverage of the church, but now we are trying to resume it. We do the telecast and the media team has been working on live streaming our services in online as well. So we are now having a plan meeting with them. They have given us a list of things that they need. So we are going to tackle it on a case-by-case basis. But there's a whole plan within the next 3 to 6 months. You will definitely see a new kind of system wherein the media system of St. Matthew may be the best in the Lutheran Church, second to none. We are planning to do that. I'm really passionate about that.
Thank you.
That's what we are.
Before I can go to a couple, she's gonna ask a question and followed by Elijah. In support of that, media, because I also have a media background. Want to promise you that we have a projector. Again, we did make a donation to the youth, and we have a projector. We can add that to your arsenal of digital equipment to modernize our church, St. Matthew. So we'll be speaking after that.
I'm going to announce that in the church very shortly. Thank you for that that offer, that donation. We're looking forward to it. As a matter of fact, our focal person who is going to be appointed shortly as the focal person is Brother Roberts. Is it Roberts?
Okay. Yeah. Is it Roberts?
Yeah. He was here during the elections.
Yeah.
We will surely get a letter ready. He'll be our focal person in the diaspora, especially in the States.
Right.
So anything like that, because he comes home every week. I mean, every month, every year.
Yeah.
So So we'll see those things. So you have to figure a way now how do we get to us?
I'm in close touch with Brother Jesse and the team also here. St. Matthew members in the diaspora. So we'll work on the modality of having that shipped to Liberia.
Yeah, we're looking forward to tapping on you guys. We have a special place with you guys. So I'm looking forward to having a diaspora meeting, a virtual diaspora meeting. I'm going to talk to Zizi and you too could be part of that, to have a diaspora virtual meeting with some members to put our plans together and see where they can be incorporated into that plan. We want to thank them. They did a classroom up to $1,000 given the last time we did a complete classroom. We still have challenge with a few more classrooms to have the lower part of the building completed. We're going to still be we're talking with other people who want to make maybe name a classroom in honor of their parents, or that could be alive or deceased. We're going to reach out to people to do that so that we can be able to get up the remaining classrooms to be ready before the opening of school. But by and large, that's the plan so far. We upbeat. These are several we pray for in terms of we pray about it to work for our church. So we are praying for God to continue to strengthen us to do the right thing for the church, to mobilize our members, encourage them, motivate them, inspire them to do more for the church. That is what we are called to do at the moment.
All right. Before couple can come in, sorry, we have a comment from Deacon Moses Smokeder. He is the um, chaplain general of Cllr, the Association of Liberian Lutherans in the Americas. And this is his comment, quote, Brother Livingstone, thank you all for the job, but I seriously advise that you get the insurance before opening. Insurance is a risky thing for the insured and the insurer. As to what coverage per your income, there could always be a modification. So that's something that he's advising, that it may not be possible to do it before you open, but I think that's something that should be seriously considered. And that there are a lot of testimonies regarding insurance and insuring properties.
I mean with that, 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just in timing, like I said, we have to get the school as soon as we can even do it concurrently as we're opening the school. Yeah. We begin to think about insurance policy.
Yeah. Go ahead, couple. We can go ahead with one more question each. Maybe just try to wrap up now because time is fast spent. Couple, you're muted.
Thank you, senior brother. Thanks for the time. We're almost gone 2 hours now into the show. Yes. Okay. Next question has to do with the issue of our pastors. Of recent, we have been talking when it comes to our pastor pension. So I don't know, what plan do you have when it comes to pastor pension? Because you listed all of your plans. I did not see you capturing how to manage our pastor when it comes to that pension. So I don't know, what do you have in store as a new parish council chair of St. Matthew when it comes to pastor pension?
Thank you. We're going to review the books where our predecessor left it. I understand there are outstanding commitments to be met with respect to payments. We have to look at it and then do a new plan into how to settle our arrears. I believe that if we put a good system in place, the moment we can have that done, we will be current with our pastor pension. I am passionate about that also. As a matter of fact, we have a clergy welfare committee that I have now reconstituted and asked my vice chairperson at the central congregation to chair the clergy welfare. We're going to take a different dimension of clergy welfare. Not that once a year or twice a year even we have. We want to put a real sustainable program in place where we visit our pastor home, look at their home, look at the setup, to just know somebody, to appreciate some of the living condition that they are living there. Like the other day when I visited the senior pastor of our church. I visited him, went to his home, walked all in his house. I'm planning to do that with the associate pastor. And that is to put her close to them to know exactly what they're going through and what are some of the quick things that we can do as a church to make our pastor to be a little bit comfortable. And that also includes their pension and those things that when they are retiring, what they'll be living on is something key for us. So I think that also very important. My vice chair at the central congregation has been designated to work on the whole program that will come out with how we can increase attention to our pastor and also to continue to step up our payment on their pension.
Yeah, thank you, Sian brother. I think that that's a good one, especially the area you talk about that has to do with the issue of visitation. We would not know our pastor living condition until we visit them. Yeah, sorry to say, it happened to us one time, and when we visited our pastor, you won't just know, right? You won't just know, but when we visit our pastor, we will know the living condition of our pastor. Some of us we have our pastor serve us 5, 6, 7 years, and we don't know where they live. We haven't visited them. That's very serious issue. You won't know what the man is going through until you visit him. So that's a good one. We hope that other parish council chairperson and a co-op officer take that into serious consideration. The living condition of our pastor. We must know where our pastor lives. All of the congregation, all of the member will not know, but those key people, we must know where our pastor live to see how they are living and to know their living condition. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Kopo. Elijah.
Oh, thank you, Weddy. Thank you, Senior Brother and Councilor Bobby Livingstone. Uh, my question to you is in regards to faith and in public life. So my question is, what role should the church play when social or public issues challenge its values?
We remain steadfast and we remain unbending with the truth. We should not compromise the truth. And we should delineate ourselves in a way that when we speak, we can be respected. If we mingle and intermingle and do those things that will not draw the line between us. When I say line, I mean not to say we should not interact, but we must do it in a way that we keep our standards intact so that when we speak, we will be heard well, loudly, and clearly. So my message in that regard is that the church should try to be the church and must play its role within our context. And I know our country got challenges. People love to be favored by politicians. They want to see that the politicians, they are good politicians. We can keep our friendship with the politicians, but we should do it within the confines of our values and our standards that we cannot mix up. But if we do so, sooner or later, they don't respect us. So just wrapping up on what happened with the bishop story, I'm continuing to advise church leaders that, the line between you and the operating politicians should be very clearly laid out there. You don't get tainted or you don't get mixed up so that when you speak, people can say, yeah, that's the person speaking. And, so within the context of our faith, we have to pray for our leaders. We have to always motivate them to do the right thing. We have to show them the way by using the scriptures. See, the scripture is uncompromising. The scripture is unbending. The scripture has no favoritism. It doesn't favor. It doesn't know any blue, like the pastor was saying today. It doesn't know any green. And I think you know what that means in our context in Liberia. So I think church leaders should rise to the occasion to also pray more diligently and fervently. We should keep time praying, fasting at time, having our taris, having our revivals, and also showing ways that people respect and believe in us. If we don't believe in ourselves by the way we conduct ourselves, if we don't show the example by the way we conduct ourselves as a church, when we speak to the politicians or to the people in the secular side, how do we expect to be received? So I believe that it's called to a moment where the church should exercise its role, be cautious, mix up in a way that you bring impact. Don't mix it in a way that you get covered or you get compromised. Now that the pulpit must speak loud and clear. and so that leaders will hear it. Anytime he speaks, they know that that's serious people talking there. And that's why we're encouraging our pastors to learn, research more, do more work, come up with the gospel in uncompromising ways, that they also show good lifestyle themselves to continue to be an example in the society.
Thank you. Thank you, Stan, brother. When you say, I just want to just make a follow up quick with it, if you allow me to. When you say being a good example to society, my follow up to this question would be: what kind of witness do you hope, as a leader of St. Matthew Lutheran Church, do you hope to leave for the church and the wider community?
I want to be part of the doing, and not just part of the saying. When I call for Tyree, I must be present as much as I must be, make every diligent effort to be present. I call for wellness training exercise at the church as much as possible as must be present to inspire the people and to believe in what I have told them to believe in. And when we talk church, we should not play lip service to our church. We should mean it for our heart. Our church should be part of our embodiment, so that even when we have our little income, sometimes we say, I can be in the church, I cannot also give income. Some of the interventions we have made over the last few weeks that we've been council chair has not to show that because we have resources. But how we take our church to even do secretarial where you don't have the means to do so. So we have to look into other things to do to make some intervention. My theme for the year, like I said, faith in action, go in motion. Pray, work, and achieve results. So we are there for that. Put our foot, we're going to put our faith in action. God is going to go in motion. We have to believe in what we say. We have to do what we say. We have to live it. We have to act it. And we have to let people know that we mean serious business. And that is the culture now being exhibited at St. Matthew. Whenever we take the microphone to talk to the church congregation, we are telling them things that we want to do and that we are doing. And they are seeing it. We have resumed the bulletin in the church for several years, where we give financial updates, up-to-date financial update of the church, running now since the last 3 to 4 Sundays that we took over. These are practical things we are trying to do. We're going to now plan the first congregational meeting where we showcase everything that we've been doing in the church over the last 3 months, so they to believe that this is where we are. We're not talking muff talk. We are putting our faith in action. We are praying to God to lead us, strengthen us, and energize us to do the right thing. Let them join us because that's the right thing to do.
Let him join us because that's the right thing to do. Fit in action, God in motion. I love that. I love that.
That was once of a convention team.
Oh
no, that was not Yekepa. Yekepa was be still, God, be still.
Be still and know that's God. So for me, Chairman Livingstone, I do not have any other question now because I know you touch every aspect of our parish, and I'm well pleased. I was one of those who, moment I heard your name as one of the contestants, I knew from the get-go that you were going to win. Even it would be a wide margin or slim margin, I knew that you were going to win. I had that faith that you were going to win because the name Bobby Livingstone in the Lutheran Church in Liberia is a household name, and not only a household name, but a name that has served our church, from youth or up until the men's, department. So we're gonna give you.
So is it because of the household need that he won?
No, he won because of his work. Fit in action, God in motion. Couple, be very careful.
I'm only asking because.
So. Thank you. Chairman Livingstone, we want to give you a minute, please. Time is fast, but we just want to give you a minute to just give us your closing statement. I have no other question.
Thank you very much, Brother Willie, Brother Tina, my sister there. I thank you all for reaching out to me today. I'm elated, glad that we had a conversation about our church, and we zero in on St. Matthew Lutheran Parish. It's a parish with a lot of potential. It has a great prospect for the future. And when we can tap on the proper resources, do the proper decision making, inspire the people to join us, we're going to do a lot in the coming years. Very soon, we'll soon be coming with our strategic plan. Once we have, after our 90-day deliverable, we'll now be working to our 150-day. Then before now, we have a strategic plan coming up for the church, a roadmap that will be also looking at where we'll stay at the current premises, or we'll now do a public-private partnership, investment kind of thing to build a new edifice for St. Matthew, a state-of-the-art edifice for the church. We're looking to evangelism. That's where we are reactivated the Cllr. The Parish Council themselves, the guy said it's so strange. The Parish Council, the entire Parish Council were at the Cllr. And I said, this is not strange, so it's not going to be strange. Well, I will not be there and taking and saying that I want to have a Cllr, and I will not be present unless circumstances prevent me from doing so. So we're going to do it. We're launching the summit on the 31st. Things are coming. Family Day is coming in March, the first Family Day in more than 5 to 6 years, and so many other things we are looking at. The media committee, we're looking at buttressing them, getting a very modern desktop computer, and then we are going to launch a census of the church. For the first time, we'll do it because we want the church member to support the budget of the church. From the census, we know how many minimum a church member will be giving the church to support our annual budget, which is coming up soon. I will soon be making a proclamation. Once we have the stacks in our hand, that will be another way of getting resources on a small basis, but it will be something that we can sustain. So we are launching the investment soon. We are launching the Gross in Matthew endowment. We want to raise at least $25,000 per annum that we can put in an escrow fund. In the next 3 years to 4 years, that should be about $100,000. That can now be used to sustainably invest in something good. I mean, these are some of the programs we are looking at. So we are hopeful. We are launching the scholarship. We'll be led by my own wife. Very soon, we want to put at least 50 students on scholarship per annum in the church. So these are things we're looking at. And I pray that God will strengthen us, keep our focus, give us the means, tap the right persons that we need to work and join us. Go in our faith in action. Faith, God, we put our faith in action. God is going to go in motion. We are going to pray. We are going to work. We're going to have results in 2026. Thank you.
Put our faith in action. God will be in motion. We're going to pray. We're going to fast. We're going to put ourselves to work, and God will do the rest. Again, Councilor Livingstone, want to say thank you so much. Thank you for being with us. And we, again, want to assure you that this is the platform for all Lutherans. Any conversation you want to have publicly, please let us know. We're going to invite you. And this goes out to every parish and every Lutheran. Please let us know. Again, want to say thank you. Have a great evening, and our greetings.
Our summit, I'm going to put a summit
Please.
Concept note to you.
Yes.
The concept note, the leadership investment summit coming on the telephone. I will give you all the rundown, the speakers, and the concept note.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, we'll have a conversation during the week. We'll have a conversation.
Yeah, sure. No problem with it. But thanks so much. And we appreciate your role, and we're proud of you. And we cannot say anything bigger than having a son such as you representing us properly in the diaspora. St. Matthew is blessed to have you. And God bless.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much.
Couple. I will go to Elijah this time because I own you what you call. Listen. Elijah will give you a minute. Time is fast spent. Elijah will give you a minute to please give your closing statement. That will be followed by me, and we'll give the last. I will give it to our sister couple, and she will. Okay.
This person is asking whether the parish is responsible.
Couple, can you speak to that, please?
Yeah. The parish is responsible for 60%. And the pastor is responsible for 40%. So we are discussing the parishes 60% payment.
Thank you. And that is good. You know, Peter Bala said that whatever you don't know is older than you. And it's a good question as well. And the question, I believe the question is asked for the general public. So people know that this 60% of this pension that we parishioners are responsible to contribute, for our pastors, our church
That's
workers.
to your parish.
Yeah. Elijah, go ahead, please. 1 minute.
All right, thank you, Willie. Thank you to our viewers, and thank you to Councillor Bobby Livingstone for his willingness to be up to this time to kind of go into details with everything that he's doing, as he's planning to do at St. Matthew. It was a great conversation, and we hope that St. Matthew can work alongside the parish council chairman and achieve and ensure that his dreams or his plans are achieved through his leadership. And our MSC talk, we throw highlights on these things. We bring these things up so that people know exactly what kind of leader they have at their church or at their parishes, so that they can hold their leaders feet to the fire. So tonight, Councilor Bobby Livingstone just threw everything out there. His parishioners are listening, so people are gonna hold him. They're gonna hold his feet to the fire and say, "Hey, you were on the show. You said this. Where are we?" I know. Before his tenure comes to an end, we're going to be bringing him back on this show again to kind of do a year review with him. What are some of those things that he's achieved over the years and stuff like that? It's very good. And we're looking forward to having conversation with other parish parish council chairperson as well. Hopefully the next person here will be the newly elected parish council chairperson of St. Peter's. And we want to send out our sympathy to him. We learned that he had an accident while on his way from Lofa. We want to say wishing you speedy recovery, Chairman Yiget from St. Peter's. We hope that you can heal from the accident as soon as possible. But it was a wonderful show, and thank you all for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Elijah. Today is unconventional. We're gonna have our sister will be she's gonna have the last saying. Elijah, a couple and to all of our viewers, tonight's show was very powerful. Like Brother Tamba laid the basis, moving forward, and it is just my hope that our parish leaders will see this as an opportunity to come and talk about some of the great things happening in our parishes. Brother Tamba came, he talked about a system, a financial system. Okay, now we have Councilor Livingstone. He's talking about the same thing, a database system, and not only a database system, but also setting up these strategic committees and these ventures for our parishes. Listen, where St. Matthew sits, do you want St. Matthew to stay at this location? And
they gotta grow to one lot. They gotta grow to one lot. They have like.
See, we're having a good conversation. Father, many players. I hope you're listening to Elijah. I hope you see what Elijah is doing. But anyway, I hope you listen to Elijah because So I mean, it makes sense to me. It makes sense. It makes sense that why not we develop this location and move St. Matthew to another location wherein we can generate more income from this, because again, manna is not falling from heaven like before or no more. Even partners
we can move St. Matthew and then turn that to a warehouse for storage.
All right, couple, go ahead. Because if I should give my response right now, Father Manipulator will come after me again. But anyway, that's my papi. No problem. That's my papi. That's my papa. But I just want to recognize the Reverend Thomas Jala, also from the great St. Matthews, Thomas Jala. He's a product of the
That
great
what?
St.
This is why Jeremiah said we should just join all of the Lutheran churches. Then we need St. Matthew.
Listen,
I
if they
know.
have St. Matthew,
We
we
need
should say they
St.
have
Matthew
St.
Parish.
Matthew.
Really?
Listen,
Like
okay,
everybody.
listen. Brother Glenn P.
Matthew.
Washington, St. Matthew again. But
Yeah.
anyway, go ahead, couple speak.
Okay, thank you so much again, Willie, Elijah, and to our own senior brother. We just want to say thank you now, the chairman. I want to say thank you so much for your time, for that lengthy discussion. And we'll hold you accountable for all of those plans that you have laid out. Yeah, we hope to have you maybe after your 100 days and see where we are.
After
Then
90
you can
days,
come
we
and
bring you
tell-
here. After
yes.
90 days.
But that's very important. Yeah, it's very important. We need to engage our congregation chair. They need to tell us what they are doing. So we look forward to all of our parishes, our parish council chair. We need to look forward to them. And really, I think we need to start going out of Monrovia district.
No, sure,
Let's go to
absolutely.
Bum. Let's go to
Yeah.
Lofa. Let's go to
Yeah.
the Southeast.
Yeah,
Let it tell how the church is doing there.
yeah,
Where are they? Let them know the starter of the church.
Yeah.
And we need to engage our deans. I don't know why our deans always shy away. We need our deans to come, our district deans. They need to tell us what's the working relationship with the district and the parishes. What is there any good working relationship? The dean and his pastors. So we had a great
I think
conversation here.
the BMT chairperson, the Reverend Thomas Thomas Jara will be the best guy to bring here to talk about
You
that.
talk about his pastors.
We'll talk about his pastors,
Yeah, that one our head pastor. I'm talking about a working relationship now with the district and the
Yeah.
parishes, because you know the parishes support the district, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
whether it's a cordial working relationship, whether they are committed to that support, how the district is running, how the district dean has been paid, all of these things we need to know. So people shying away. I don't think there's something good for our church. Now, one time when he said, if the bishop can appear, then who can come?
That's
Please
right.
come and tell us what you are doing.
Yep.
Come and tell us.
The Sandra of people get me running away all day.
Elijah and Kopo, and to our viewers, LUL, Lutheran University of Liberia. Elijah, is it off or in Liberia?
Lutheran
You are the
University
insider.
in Liberia. I don't know.
Lutheran University in Liberia. Next Sunday, we are going to have the board chairperson, our own
What's her name?
Brother Batam Abel Lewilly. BAL. Batam Abel Lewilly. He is going to be here next Sunday. We are going to be talking about LUL as a whole. LUL, that's the Lutheran University in Liberia. Zozo campus, Phoebe campus, Totota campus, partnership with Aliyah, partnership with LCL, partnership with all of the pastors, and partnership with everyone, even Dr. Toto, partnership with Elijah and Kopo, all of them, all these partners of LUL. Next Sunday, please inform others to come on the show, to share the show and to view the show as well. So next Sunday, we are going to have Brother Batam Abel Lewilly. He will be here with us in studios. Again, until next Sunday, we want to wish everyone a blessed week. Thank you. God bless
you. Bye. Have a blessed week. New week.
Hold on, folks.
Why he want to talk again?
No, he's looking for the media to play.
Thought you want to talk about my
Couple. All right. I think we're just gonna end it because we are having little technical issue right here. All right. So we are having a little technical issue right here. So we will go out with this. Okay. So now we're having a little technical issue. We're just gonna end the show. Okay.